How you guys doing? For those of you who don't know me, my name's Martin, 52 years old, 17 years of retirement. Thought I'll be getting $20,000, $30,000 a year from retirement if I retired this year, but due to COVID, it reduced it to $2,000 to $3,000. So I started the 666 Undercover Billionaire Study Group, where we just study the skills learned on the Undercover Billionaire on how they start their businesses in 90 days. How many of you are students doing the Zoom learning? You know those employers aren't going to take that seriously, right? You just wasted, some of you wasted $75,000, $100,000 thinking you're going to go to an employer. I did Zoom learning. Well, why don't you should just went to ITT, paid $5,000 to $6,000 and did that. Or was it Colorado University online? Phoenix University. Who's old enough like me remember Phoenix University, ITT, community colleges, all that stuff, and now you got these students spending all this money doing Zoom learning. What a waste! What a waste of money! I feel sorry for you students. And how about some of you who retired? You thought, hey, we were gonna retire just before COVID, and you got on a cruise ship. This is a cool. Then you couldn't get off the cruise ship. How about some of you who thought you were gonna do some? You're athletes, you got impacted by COVID. See, that's why I started the Undercover Billionaire Study Group. Because what you have to realize during that time, number one, the more money you had, you could have been upset. Your freedoms would have been a little limited, but you've been okay. The ones who really got off good were the people who were just basically the middle class. They got paid, man. But now look what happened. All that money's gone away now. Now they're driving fast on the freeway. Got to get to work. Got to get to the warehouse. Got to get here. Got to get to Macy's. Because now, hey, it's great for the government to give you some money for some amount of time, but eventually they don't cut that money off, man. Unless you gotta have something. Unless you have a contract with them to do some work, they don't cut you off. So you have people scrambling. So that's why I started the Undercover Billionaire Study Group. And I've gone through the 95 recession, so I know what it is to be laid off. I only got paid $1,460 a month. People got paid $5,000 a month. So that's why you may have people sort of lazy. That'd make me lazy too, man. But that little money they give me, they say after 6 months, if you got laid off back in my time, if you didn't get a job, you weren't applying for a job, or you didn't do anything to bring some money in, they cut you off and put you on something called general relief, which is basically welfare. You'd be like you give you the EBT card, maybe hook you up with $200 or $300 a month and tell you to hit the road. Then they may cut that off too, man. So that's why I started the Undercover Billionaire Study Group. That's how I got the confidence. I say $6. Let's do 5 episodes to season 2. $60. Let's do $60. Let's do 5 episodes. $600. Let's do all of season 2. $6,000 option. We'll do season 1, season 2 Undercover Billionaire. We'll do Undercover Billionaire. Undercover Billionaire Underground. So that's why I tell you, I put my email in there and I give you these closes, because part of the programs I have is I teach you these closes. And I hope you guys went and watched yesterday. You see me cold calling. That's how you started. That's how Grant Cardone, that's how Oprah, that's how slavery got ended. They used the telegraph or something. You got to get on the phone. You got to call somebody. And you just got to just push. Look at all the stuff we have happening with the political correctness. Tattoos, warehouses. Nobody in my day, working in a warehouse, you were either out of jail, a mentally retarded person, a derelict, or maybe you're on the run for the law and the alien. Now it's a popular job. Tattoos. Only the brothers who are in jail, Aryan Nation, and maybe the gangsters had tattoos. Now everyone had tattoos. How did they get that? Just keep telling the message over and over and over. That's why I hit you up with these closes over and over and over. You got to just keep asking. So the squeaky noise gets the wheel. That's why I say, hey, learn those closes, the spouse close, the pressure close. Hey, the closes. Let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys, I forgot to give you your close for the day. Hey, man. Don't worry. If you guys just use 1 or 2 of these closes, you will close the sale. Yesterday, why do closers fail? 1, we don't attempt to close, and I did that because I used to work at Macy's, and when people said that's expensive, what I started to do was starting to plead and beg. Instead of saying, hey, I know it's expensive, like the Closer Survival guy, do it anyway. Look at all these fancy cars. I mean, I said Beamers, Audis, Mercedes. Someone bought that new Range Rover. They ripped him off. He was an excellent sales guy. The new Range Rover, did you look at it? What is that? Is that a, what is it? That, like a Toyota? I can't remember it. You guys hit me up with it. The box Toyota thing? Come on. They're just ripping people off. How can they Land Rover, how can you do that to people, man? You got rid of the nice streamlined look and just gave them a box look. Or did you reduce the price because you're just going to dump them on the market and said, fuck them? Is that what you said? Is that what that salesman said when he said, this is a cool car, man? The salesman was fine. Because the person was going to buy it either from him or buy it from someone else. So at least he bought it from a salesman who's going to make sure that car gets serviced. That's why I say you need to study these closes. That's why I have to look at this. Look at all this writing I do, man. Think about it, close. Assume zero balance close. Inventory model close. Equipment close. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today is some of the reasons people don't close. This is from Grand Closure Survival Guide. One of them is people just are afraid to handle pressure. Let's talk about that a little. Here they are. Unwillingness to deal with emotions. That's me. Pressure is perceived as a bad thing. Never attempted to close. My weakness was like the one I work on, unwillingness to deal with emotions. I remember I used to sell, I worked at the Special Olympics, and I used to like try to beg people to get money. I sold toys door to door. Some people, oh, we don't want to buy toys, but that's when kids were in a lot of the stores and stuff. I know you don't want to buy them, sir, but instead of just saying, let the person holler, let the person get upset. I'm trying to beg and plead. No, not just say, I agree, sir. I agree. Will that prevent you from at least taking a look at something? Maybe if someone comes in here with some kids, you'll have something to keep the kids occupied while you're making a $500 or $600, $700 sale. You pay $20 to $25 for me. You make a $500 sale, and then this person says, hey, my kids come to your store. They're able to play with the toys, and I can focus on some other things. Hey, I'll come to this person over and over. You get yourself a $1,000 client. Boom. By spending $100 on the toys. Would you spend $100 on the toys to get a $1,000 to $2,000 return? You decide. So the close for today is first, just remember, unwillingness to deal with emotions. Not having a lack of faith in the product. I did this and almost had my real estate agent talk me out of it and screw me out of selling my house. I had the house sold, but the real estate agent kept bitching about the price. One day, someone came by during the listing, and I showed them all through the house and stuff. And I knew they were going to buy the house because they looked out the window I look out of, and they said, yeah, this is a really nice place. This is just how the couple that wanted to buy it, they pictured it because they had a similar place in Arizona. I said, got it. So then the realtor's like, oh no, they say this, they say that. They want you to pay $800 for the toilets. They don't like the smell. All she should have fucking said was, hey, I know you need all that done, but is that going to prevent you from buying a house? Lock them in. She lock them in and then come back to me and say, Martin, do you want to pay for the toilets? And then you should say, she could go back to them and say, if the owner doesn't fix the bathroom toilet, is that a deal breaker? And then she could have just said, okay, before I go back to my owner, is there anything else that would cause you to change your mind or change your opinion or other decision maker that you want to talk to before you solidify that maybe you can move forward this way or that way? That's all she had to say. I did the work for her, man. She did bring the listing people by. Gotta give her credit for that. But almost screwed it up, man. Just panicking over the price. Don't worry about the price, man. People got money. They're coming from Arizona. They got money. They're coming from Arizona, California. They got money. They okay. They okay. So the close of the day, I hit you with some of those. But here's one I'll get you because I see a lot of people in the gym now. They're buddies. They like their buddies. Here's one. This is the second baseman close. You may have one of these guys who bring their buddy in. Both of them probably almost broke, but one has a little bit more money than the other. Here's one, the buddy said, hey man, I could get that from my cousin. Or hey man, this is page 126, second baseman close. Or hey man, maybe we could get it later on. What's going on? What's this? You're just criticizing the stuff. And you should just stop the stop that person who's with the person that's actually going to do the purchase and say, sir, you have some really good opinions. Let me ask you, Will you be helping with the price, the down payment, the monthly payment, the paperwork, or all of the above? Oh man, I ain't got no money. I just like running my fucking mouth. I'm just gonna shut my mouth up. There you go. You're learning. You're learning, man. Hey, I'm gonna make you a man yet. So, second baseman closed one more time. Will you be helping with the price, the down payment, the monthly payment, the paperwork, or all of the above? This would be great when a person's just criticizing and running their mouth. So, take a look at that. Decide, hey, if you like what I'm telling you, buy the Closer Survival Guide from me. I'm selling it for $50 for the next 2 weeks, and I'm raising it to $60 because there's going to be a lot of layoffs in the next couple of weeks. So whoever's able to sell themselves after that are going to be the ones to get the job. So what I'm showing you here get you an actual job closing a person. So I'll put the email in here. You email me. I'll give you some ways you can pay me. If not, join the 666 Undercover Billionaire Study Group Club. I got $6, $60, $600, $6,000 options for you. Figure out what program works for you. Also, for some of you who have these cars that you want to get it paid off, I got a $75, $125, $275 program. So take a look at those programs, man. And hey, man, let me know what's causing you guys not from moving forward. What would cause you not to buy a $50 closing book and you're a salesman and you make $100 to $200 on extra sales where you can just tell a customer who's complaining, I agree. Would that prevent you from doing this? Or hey, just to tell your customer, hey, sometimes, you have a point, but because this is such an important safety issue, sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. Hey, let's get this done. Oh, okay. Like that. Think about it. More money in your pocket. Think about it. $60, or you got the $6,000 option for the Undercover Billionaire Season 1, Season 2. Undercover Billionaire Comeback City. Also, we'll go over Grant Cardone's Closer Survival Guide in detail. You decide where you want to go. How much money do you want to have? You want to be a person with the money, or you want to be a person dependent on Biden to give you some money? I don't think that's you. If you're looking at this video, you've watched my videos, and you're the 1 or 2 viewers as we increase to 15,000 subscribers. Let's get it going, man. Help me help you.